Finally did it, guys. Check it out. I'm officially out of the truck community and now have entered into van life. At least work van life. But check it out, it's my new to me 2021 Mercedes-Benz Sprinter. This is normal length, high roof, crew van. So crew means it has a row of seats behind the driver and passenger. And it has this window right here on the side. It has that same window on the other side, as opposed to the complete cargo where you wouldn't have that big window there. It would just be all steel. So here it is. It's awesome. There's a couple reasons I went with that crew versus the complete cargo. One is I don't like when I'm driving. I've driven just cargo vans and I don't like the blind spots. Like I can't see, so I like to look out the window, especially this back, passenger side. And the other reason is I'm gonna have this parked here at my house. I don't want some just giant cargo looking van, even though that's kind of what this is. Just having the window, I know it's dumb, but it just makes it more, almost looks like a camperish type van. It doesn't look so businessy. I'm not gonna put any logos on it. It's just gonna stay exactly like what you see here. And I love it. I've been driving it now for 4 days. I've been taking it to work. You'll see in the back here, it's a mess. I gotta take those seats out. I'm not keeping those seats in. I'll show you all that. But yeah, here it is. Could have got a ProMaster. Yeah, I really considered ProMaster. Transit was another one. But after driving all of them, this is ultimately what I decided on. And if you're wondering what I did with my dually that I used to drive, I gave that to John to drive. And then the truck that he was using was a 2500 2009 Dodge Ram. That one, I mean, it had 370,000 miles on it. It was deleted. Back windshield was missing. Back seats were taken out because I was so stubborn. I'm like, I'm gonna turn this truck into I don't even need a van. I'm just gonna pull the back seat out and then, now I have enough. No, not even close. And then I got the extended cab with that dually, same thing, took the back seat out. I'm gonna turn this dually into, I don't need a van. And then I got the camper shell. I'm gonna turn this truck into a van. I don't need a van. I finally gave in. But yeah, the truck, like I was saying, the one John was driving, we traded that in. It was rough, and they gave me $1,500 for it. So I was like, you know what, just take it off my hands. I don't even want it. So they gave me $1,500 for that. I put a down payment on this, and here we are with the Sprinter. So let's check it out. I'll show you the dash and stuff. It's nice, it's pretty cool. And then we'll talk about the important part, which is the back. And my stuff is scattered back here because, like I said, I've been driving this for 4 days, working out of it, and I have no storage. I have nothing. My stuff is just back there sliding around, and I finally understand that meme. So we've definitely got some work to do. I would not expect a full build out van series. That's not gonna happen for me. I'm just not the type of guy to do that. I'm probably just gonna buy shelving and then just make it work and then just give you an update when I'm done with it. So yeah, let's check this thing out. So we'll take a look at this cab and dash. This is my first car or vehicle with push button start. And it's pretty sweet. But yeah, nothing too crazy, but I think it's a pretty nice looking dash for a work van. This is also my first vehicle with this gear shift here. So you just flick it. So you flick it down, we're in drive now. Flick it up, we're in reverse. And then you push the button on the end of it right there, and we're back in park. So I had to get used to that this week. It's a little weird, but let's pull it out and I'll show you how it drives. Oh, and real quick, this is also another first for me. I've never had a rear view backup camera, so that is pretty awesome. So we'll put her back in park, and the rear view mirror obviously goes away, then you get the full mirror. So I have a mirror here because I have windows in the back. So I like having the windows too. I just like being able to see more. Like the more I can see, just the more comfortable and just better I feel. So you can see the big window there that I was talking about, that's my main one. I hate that blind spot. So having that and being able to do the visual head turn and just check is awesome. But here's the bench seat that's going to be coming out. There's so much room in here, even in this, you know, non-extended Sprinter. But yeah, let's take it for a ride. I want you to listen. It's not as comfy as like a pickup truck if you're used to one of those. It's a little bit more rattly. I'll drive on some bumps so you can really hear it. I was on the phone with Ashley driving over here on a street called Camp Bowie that's like all brick basically. And she was like, is it hailing there? Because we've been having a lot of storms, and she just heard it like, I'm like, no, it's the van. I'm on Camp Bowie. It's just like bouncing around, and the tools back there, of course, bouncing around. Yeah, let's take it for a spin, and I'll kind of give you my thoughts as we drive. So one of the things I really like about this van here is the amazing viewing window. It is huge, so you can see everything. So we'll get on 35 here. And I'm taking my turns a little more gently because I know everything that's back there that can slide around. But yeah, once I get all that stuff secure, I can be a little bit more aggressive. So of course the interstate here, moving slow around this time, but the interstate's really smooth. I mean, even if I was flying through here at 70, this is a smooth road, and the van, it really just drives smooth. When I was driving it home from the dealership, I took it up to 95, and it was fine. It just didn't feel like I should be driving this giant high roof van that fast. I was just, you know, kind of testing it out. First day with it, and it did well. Like, it's just extremely smooth. So this road up here, I'm not sure how smooth it is, but when you get into some of these back roads, then you start getting into this, you'll start hearing the rattling of this thing. So it's definitely not as smooth as like a pickup truck. Like this road right here, don't know how much of it's picking that up, but this road is not smooth, and you can hear it and feel it in the van. So if a comfort ride is like super important to you, more than being comfortable at the job site, I would say stick with the pickup truck. And that was one of the things for me for a long time. I was like, oh man, the ride of a van is just so like uncomfortable. It's really not. It's not as bad as I made it out to be. And to me, I just figured out after like a decade of doing this, I'd rather be comfortable on site than on the way to the site, because I'm going to be spending 10 hours on site and maybe 2 hours in the vehicle. But she's quick. She gets up there real quick. Like anyone who, you know, I'm a diesel fan because the throttle is so responsive. Like even when I drive my wife's Suburban, like the throttle is just so delayed and it feels sluggish. But with turbo diesels, it's like, you know, you step on it and it responds, and it's like, all right, let's go. So that's one of the big reasons I wanted to get a diesel Sprinter, because a lot of the Sprinters they're putting out now are gas engines, which is fine. You know, gas has good things about it and bad things, and likewise diesel, but it's just what I wanted to do. So I think you got to hear back there on that road. Oh, and this road right here is brick too, so we'll get to hear it right here. Yeah, you can definitely hear it and feel it. Yeah, we're gonna take a left right here and head back. It's funny because one of my neighbors has 2 G-Wagons. Like, these things are expensive. They're Mercedes-Benz G-Wagons, and I'm kind of joking around like, hey, you're not the only one who has Mercedes now. I haven't seen him yet, but I'm gonna tell him that when he sees the van. It's gonna be funny. Those G-Wagons are like 200 grand. It's insane. This van was 47,000 minus the 1,500 for the truck and my down payment. So definitely got some payments I'm working on now, but it's fine. It was time. But that's another bad thing. Like my trucks were paid off. To go from paid off to payments, hard pill to swallow, but also this is just going to be better for the business in the long run. All right, I don't know what's gonna fall out of here. So doors open, there's a positive stop there. And on this one, of course, and then you can also do the fully extended all the way back, which is pretty cool. So here's a look at the cargo area of the van. Totally disorganized. A lot of it when I left the job today was on this side. Then as I'm driving, stuff shifts around where it wants to, and then we show up and here's what we got. So I've got to figure something out to where I don't have to deal with this every day, because this is almost worse than the truck. Like, at least in the truck I had a place for everything, and I'll get there. I'll definitely get there with this van. But let's step up in here. I've got this little step. I thought this thing would swivel out, but it doesn't. It just stays right there. But I think I might get the ramps. If you've seen the ramps, you kind of store them just on the side, and then you can roll stuff in. Makes it a lot easier to walk in and out of. But yeah, we got this step for now. So we step up in here, and we're in. This is, look at what we're working with right now. Everything is just a mess. But you know what? I'm happy to be inside of this mess. And here's the main reason. I can at least stand up in this mess. And it's not gonna be a mess forever. Man, I feel like this was kind of like a letdown. Like I'm supposed to open up the doors and, man, this is a mobile workshop, rolling everything organized. This is a disaster, but it's my disaster. And we will get there. We will definitely get there. The seat comes out, have a little, organization here. I've already got started. I picked up this sys roll, and it's basically like a festool dolly that holds the sustainers, has this strap so they don't move around. And then I just bungeed it to the back of this headrest and this little port right here, which is very temporary, but the idea is there. Hey, you've got a stack of tools, boom, stacked all up, and you've got them locked to the sidewall somehow. And this doesn't move. Like during transport, it's steady right there. And that's not even a permanent solution. But I'm gonna be looking on YouTube, looking at some van builds. I'll come up with something clever, but this isn't gonna be all wood and plywood, and I'm just gonna keep it. I'm gonna buy everything and then assemble it. And I have looked at the bot transport that stores festool sustainers, because that's really what I'm switching to for the most part now when I can. But it's just out of my price range, to be honest. Like I looked at one panel, it was like one little section to put sustainers in, it was like $3 grand, and I'm like, no, I can't do that right now. But this is my work van. This is it. This is the start of something great, I feel like. So there you have it, guys. There's a look at my new work van. It's been a long time coming. I'm super pumped about it. Got some plans for this, and I'll be updating you with what I do with it as we go here. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. And until next time, catch you guys later.